Hello everyone and welcome to my morning report analysis videos on Monday 21st of January with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. Looking at the board, we're fairly sort of neutrally positioned really. It's not a great deal of direction. There's a very marginal degree of yen strength, a little bit of euro strength. Sterling's given back some of the gains that it saw late last week. A little bit of commodity currency weakness as well, so you're sort of seeing a few mixed trends there. Really, to be honest, it's markets biding time. I think, given the fact that it's Martin Luther King Day in the States, so no trading there on the in Wall Street today. So subsequently, we're seeing sort of fairly choppy but slightly mixed look to European trading. Very slight underperformance of the DAX. You could argue marginal sort of risk aversion, but to be honest, it's not a great deal of direction at all really. Just unwinding some of those exuberant gains that we saw on Friday for the DAX, but pretty much remains well positioned, I think, above 11,000, which is certainly, given the fact that volatility continues to fall away. S&P 500 continues to climb strongly in this recovery play, and all these markets continue to basically move fairly risk positive really. You look at the treasury yields, which broke out to multi-week highs last Friday. Interesting, 2.8% on the 10-year. Bit of a pivot line around there, so watch that level. Also the 2-year sort of breaking out to multi-week highs as well, and this all sort of plays into the fact that risk aversion is less, or let's say markets are more risk positive, given the fact that there seems to be moves towards an agreement between US and China, and that sort of certainly is helping sentiment go higher there. But the interesting move is coming through the dollar, where it's actually moving through the fact that treasury yields are higher, and other yields around the world, yield spreads are actually sort of moving in the dollar's favour at the moment. So yield differentials are helping the dollar higher, as you can see here, against the euro. So it is some interesting moves going on at the moment, but today is going to be a fairly quiet day, I believe, given it's Martin Luther King Day. So in terms of that, data points, absolutely nothing on the board of any note. However, early doors today we had the China data for growth, retail sales and industrial production. Fairly mixed, fairly much in line with expectations. So markets haven't again taken too much out of that. But it's interesting that GDP for 2018, 6.4%. So that's where China finished the year. So that takes me to my chart of the day, which is Aussie yen. Now, Aussie yen has been, or certainly still is, a good gauge of risk appetite and how it's improved. But yeah, it's rebounded back towards a key pivot line around 78.50 to 78.50 to 79 key resistance. And it's just interesting that 79 became the resistance on Thursday and Friday, basically, before just sort of edging a little bit back. But looking at the momentum indicators, RSI around 50, MACD lines rising, stochastics in strong configuration. This is certainly a key crossroads moment for the Aussie yen, and a closing break above 79 figure would really open, I think, 80.50 being an old key floor and pivot as well, old key range floor from 2018. 80.50. So a close above 79.50 would open that, but needs to continue higher, needs to continue to leave this series of higher lows, 77.55, 77.75. So a little correction back towards, back into that direction. Sorry, that's not the chart. Back towards sort of support of the moving averages on the hourly chart. We're back towards 40 again, 35.40, where the RSI tends to pick up during this rally. Back towards neutral on the MACD lines, all suggesting that this is an opportunity now. You've got today's low, 78.30 area, initially supportive, but as I said, anything that finds a higher low above these recent lows, I think, is a chance to buy. And I think for a test on 79, that would be an important move. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in your trading, and I'll speak to you later.